Jawando. And don't forget our dear friend, Mortimer the monkey. We named him a few weeks ago, and he's really enjoying the name. So thank you, everybody who participated in that contest. It's good to be with you today. We have a really exciting and a special day, first time in Storytime, virtual Storytime with Will Jawando history. We have a really good project and friend here, and Ram Mosher, who is a senior maker and educator at the Kid Museum, which is a awesome, maker space, tinkerer space, inventor space, which does a lot of great work with our schools, with Montgomery County Public Schools across the county, and so many young people. My kids are big fans. So let's say hi, and I want to welcome you, Ram, to the show. Thanks for joining.
Thank you so much for having me, Councilmember Jawando. It's my pleasure to be here, and looking forward to giving anybody and everybody who wants to learn how to make some really cool paper airplanes and things that fly, give them a little lesson on how to get that done.
That's awesome. Well, I personally can't wait myself. I have to admit my paper plane airplane making skills have diminished over the years. So I'm looking forward to a new lesson. So thank you for being here.
Sure, no problem. It's like riding a bike.
Okay, good. Well, I hope that that will be true. My kids are upstairs. They're ready to go. Hopefully they've got their pieces of paper so they can participate as well. But we are this is story time. So we are going to read our book. We're just going to do one book today because we want to leave time for the project. And we have a pretty cool book today called I Don't Want to Be a Pea. So now I know a lot of kids out there, my kids included, some don't necessarily like peas. It's a vegetable that doesn't always get a fair shake, I think, but you may like them more as you get older. But this is written by Anne Bonwill and illustrated by Simon Rickerty. And we thank the folks at the publishers here that have, who are the publishers here? I don't see. We always want to thank the publishers because we don't want to get in trouble. So let's see. The publisher of this one is Anthem Books for Young Readers. So thank you to Anthem for letting us read these during the pandemic. And we're day 53. Can you believe it? 53. So it's great to be back. We've been doing so many exciting things, reading books, having guests, doing maker activities. So really appreciate you. Want to do our shout outs. So every day we do shout outs to everyone who wanted us to say hi to them. And so I want to say hi to Mateo and hi to Zahenya and Elijah and Kiara and Luciano. Thank you all for joining us yesterday and everyone else who was on. And as always, if I missed your name or if you want to be recognized, young person, medium person, senior person, happy to do it. Let me know. And as always, thanks to Montgomery County Public Libraries for helping us curate the books, to Sean and Christine there. Really appreciate you guys. All right, so we're going to get into, we're going to do our welcome song. We do a welcome song every day when we start to say hi to everybody out there, not just the people who wanted a shout out. And then we're going to read our first book, and then we're going to do our maker project. I'm excited. All right, so here we go. You ready, Mr. Mortimer? Yeah, I'm ready. All right. We clap and sing hello. We clap and sing hello. With our friends at Storytime, we clap and sing hello. We wave and sing hello. We wave and sing hello. With our friends at Storytime, we wave and sing hello. Then we get a deep voice because we're going to stomp and sing hello. We stomp and sing hello. With our friends at Storytime, we stomp and sing hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. All right. Let's read I Don't Want to Be a Pea. Let's see what this is all about. Looks like it's got a hippo and a little bird on the front, so they're probably characters, right? Okay, his name is Huge Hippo and Bella Bird. All right, let's see what Huge Hippo and Bella Bird are talking about. All hippos have birds. Oh, I didn't know that. And Bella is mine. Correction, all birds have hippos. And Hugo is mine. Uh-oh. Starting off with a disagreement here, guys. Let's see what happens. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yes. Tonight is a very special night. It is the night of the Hippo Bird Fairy Tale Fancy Dress Party. You mean the Bird Hippo Fairy Tale Fancy Dress Party? Whatever, said Hippo. The important part is we have decided on a costume. All right, so we got an agreement finally. We are going to go dressed as the Princess in the Pea. Don't we look lovely? Princess in the Pea. That's one of my daughter's favorite books. We used to make up so many stories about it. But I don't want to be a pea. It's too green and small, said Bella Bird. Instead, I will be a mermaid, and you will be my rock. You make a very fine rock. I don't want to be a rock. It is too gray and blobbly. But you are gray and blobbly, said Bella. I will ignore that comment, said Hippo. Not very nice. How about a king in his jester? You look smashing. I look ridiculous, said Bella. They keep trying to make each other the servants of the other. Isn't that what's going on here? We are not going to be a king and his jester. He throws the hat. Let's try Cinderella in her pumpkin. I will not be a pumpkin. Look how very orange I am, said Hippo. I think you look rather nice orange, said Bella. Thank you, but I will still not be a pumpkin. It's getting late. We are going to miss the party because of you. You got pretty orange there, huh? If we miss the party, it will be because of you. You are the one who refused to be a pea in the first place. If you like peas so much, then you can be the pea, and I will be the princess. Uh-oh. Getting close to the party. We don't have an agreement. Besides, I don't even want to go to the party with you anymore, said Bella Bird. Well, then neither do I, said Hippo. And he's still orange like the pumpkin. I've never been to the Bird Hippo party without Hugo, said Bella as she sat alone. Perhaps I could be a pea after all. The party won't be the same without Bella, and she would make such a beautiful princess. As he washed off his orange. What a strange costume. Who are you? Asked Big Bad Hippo. And who are you? Asked Little Red Riding Bird. I am Hugo, Bella's hippo. I am Bella, Hugo's bird. They both end up dressing like the pea because of their friendship. Isn't that nice? And we've come to the party, the fancy dress party, as the happy ending. Dun, dun, dun. That was really nice. They both dressed as a pea because they wanted to be nice to each other. That's a good lesson. Rom, you think oftentimes we argue with our friends about who wants to be the better thing, and they both ended up sacrificing at the end. That's a good reminder, huh?
It is a beautiful lesson to keep in our hearts as we navigate our way through these times.
Certainly. Well, I'm going to turn over to you, and then we'll do our hand washing song after we get all messy and make our paper not too messy, but after we make our paper airplane. So I'm going to turn it over to you for to Ron Mosher, who's the one of the senior kid educators or educators and makers at Kid Museum. And thank you for coming. So it's all yours.
Thank you once again, Councilmember Jawando. See if we can get this spotlighted. There we go. All right, awesome. So I would like to welcome all of my friends from Montgomery County and the world, hopefully, maybe, to this paper airplane lesson. Like Councilmember Jawando said, my name is Ron Mosher. I am from Kid Museum. Our physical space is in Bethesda. Our virtual space is everywhere. And we are a maker space and a STEM education center. And we are currently teaching online on Zoom, just like everyone else. And just a reminder to let you know that we are running virtual summer camps starting next Monday. And if you go to kid-museum.org, you can check out our offerings and sign up if you would like. And one last thing before I get started, special shout out to New Hampshire Estates Elementary and Oakview Elementary. They are my neighborhood schools. I miss my friends, but I do get to see you walking around the neighborhood every once in a while, and hope some of you are online right now. So let's get.
I actually went to Oakview, so it's you're in good company.
Awesome. I had no idea. I live 2 blocks away. And my daughter will be starting at Oakview in whatever form in September.
Very cool.
Cool. All right. So let's talk about paper airplanes for a minute. Paper airplane, right? This is your classic dart. I'm going to chuck it across the camera and see what you can see. Whoop, there it goes. That's your classic dart airplane. That is usually one of the first airplanes that you learn how to fold. But let's talk just a little bit before we actually make a paper airplane about what makes a paper airplane fly, okay? You need a couple of things for flight. You need lift, and in order to get lift, you need thrust. So let's talk about what that is. Thrust is your forward motion, right? And the way that a real airplane gets its forward motion is from an engine of some sort, a jet engine or a propeller or something like that. Our paper airplanes get their thrust by us throwing them, all right? And when we throw them, the wind travels faster over the top of the wing than the bottom of the wing. And that creates a differential in air pressure. So there's higher air pressure at the top of the wing than there is at the bottom of the wing, and that is caused by the airflow over the top of the wing. And that's what gives us lift. Now, anything that acts against our thrust is called drag. And drag is what makes planes, which resists the movement of planes. And many of you may have heard the word aerodynamics. And people study aerodynamics about how objects move through the air. And aerodynamics, when it comes to an airplane, is the ratio of lift to drag. Real simple. I'm not going to get more complicated and sciencey than that on this one, but that's the way that things fly. That's the way that planes fly. So let's
that was a really cool lesson, by the way, of how planes fly. Thank you for that.
Thank you. So I'm going to cancel this spotlight, and I'm going to spotlight my hands here, and we can start on our first plane. This is, like I said, it is the simple dart, right? So any 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, it doesn't even need to be 8.5 by 11. It just needs to be a sheet of paper. Printer paper works. If you've got some printer paper that has printing on one side, go ahead and reuse that. Remember the 3 R's. Reduce, reuse comes before recycle, right? So the first thing I'm going to do to make my classic dart plane is a hot dog fold. Sometimes it's easy to describe a fold that's lengthwise as a hot dog fold and a fold that's widthwise as a hamburger fold. I'm going to open up my hot dog fold, and I'm going to fold one corner in to that middle line and crease it. I'm going to fold the second corner into that middle line and crease it. Then I'm going to fold back over my original fold again. Give it another crease. And then I'm going to fold this in one more time to get that classic dart shape. Now, one thing that you can do is not make this second fold. Make two darts and make one without this second fold and make one with it and see how they fly differently. So I'm going to fold this back over again, and then I'm going to fold down my wing. The key to folding down your wing is that you want your wings to be as balanced as possible. So you want to fold down your first wing. You don't have to be super particular about it, but you want to try and line your second wing up with your first wing. You can see here that I didn't get it spot on, but that's all right. It's going to fly. So this is our classic dart. If you have a piece of tape, it never hurts to grab a nice quick piece of tape. I've got duct tape here, but you can use whatever tape you've got.
Just to make sure it holds still there, huh?
Exactly. Just keep your plane together. Less drag. If you've got air flowing down into here, that's going to create drag and it's going to slow your plane down. Let's see how we did. Here it comes. Not too bad. If you want to get lots of loft or lift, it's all in the wrist. It's all in how you throw it. So I want to show you really quick another one that I really like. And I really got sucked into this because I think the name is so cool. This is called the Nakamura lock. Now the Nakamura lock, this is what the plane will look like when it's done. And the lock is this little, I don't know if you can see this, but it's this little triangle thing. It looks complicated. And when I first attempted it, I thought it was going to be hard, but it's not really that hard if you follow the steps. But I wrote them down because I haven't memorized this one yet. But the first thing is a hot dog fold. Just like that. The difference here is that we're going to make our triangle folds on the outside. We're not going to open it back up again. So I'm going to make one fold here. I'm going to flip it over, make another fold here. And then I'm going to open it up this way. So our crease is up instead of down. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is fold my triangle down into my square, lining up my point with my center crease. Now, this doesn't look much like most paper airplanes that I've seen built, but let's see how it goes. The next thing that we need to do is make this Nakamura lock thing. So what I'm going to do is I am going to fold this top triangle over about a thumb's width. It's not rocket science, it's paper airplane science, so you don't have to be exact here.
There you go.
And I'm going to, that is going to create an X or a cross where these creases meet each other. And I'm just going to mark that just with a little point. And then I'm going to bring these corners down to that point and hope that it works. Yep, that looks about right. You get kind of an interesting sort of manta ray shape going on here when you get to this part. Just like that. Now we have to fold this triangle over again, but you're going to want the fold to be just a little bit shorter than it was when you found that point. So I'm going to fold that over again. And then I'm going to take this whole thing. This is when this cool locking action happens. I'm going to fold it back over. So all of that folding that we just did is on the outside. And that locks all of this stuff into place. So we don't have to use tape. And now I'm going to make my wings. And once again, you make your wings however you want. You can fold it over this much or fold it over a little bit more or a little bit less. But the important thing is, especially if you're going for distance, you want your plane to go in as straight a line as possible. So you want your wings to be equal. If one wing is longer or shorter than the other, then that will change the amount of lift that that wing has and will either make the plane veer right or veer left. Because of the locking mechanism, we don't need tape on the Nakamura lock. Let's see how we did. Here it comes. Oh, it landed right there. You know what? I'm going to switch cameras again really quick and see if we can see it flying a little better. I'm going to spotlight my... Okay, here we go. Let's see if this will fly across the screen a little bit better. Well, there it goes. It's a pretty cool paper airplane. This is the neatest paper airplane that I've learned how to make in a while. It's wow, really nifty. This little locking mechanism is super simple, but it works. I think it comes from the origami tradition, to be honest. Two more things I want to show you. I'm not going to build them for you, but I just want to show them to you. There are other flying machines that you can make out of stuff that you have lying around your house. This one is the most improbable flying machine that I've ever seen. It really is just a half of a skewer and a half of a toilet paper roll that I've cut in half. And I had hot glue, so I glued it together like this. Just keep these even. And but you can use regular glue, you can use tape, whatever. But does this really fly? The answer is yeah, it does. And I think, you know, because you have air flowing through these holes, it stabilizes the stick, right? If you try and throw a stick, it's not going to go straight. It'll flip over itself. If you try and throw a toilet paper tube, it's not going to go straight. It's going to flip over itself. But if you make this mechanism, you can get it to fly straight. Check it out. That might have went by a little bit too fast, but can try it from this direction. I don't know, maybe you saw that or not, but it's a really cool thing. Give it a try. The other thing is, I don't know, when I was a kid, the Air and Space Museum was my favorite place to go. Every time my parents wanted to drag me to an art museum or a history museum or something like that, I'd say, nope, we're going to Air and Space. And they had these little things that you could buy for like $5 or something like that. Maybe they had wooden propellers on them. You can make one of these. If you have a cheapo little plastic propeller from an old toy or anything like that, all you need to do is figure out how to attach it to a propeller. Attach it to a skewer. I just poked the skewer in the bottom of this propeller, and then they fly. That one didn't go very well, but there we go. And that's it. A little bit different science between why a propeller works, but it really still is a differential in air pressure between the top of the propeller and the bottom of the propeller. That's about all I got for you. I want to once again thank Councilmember Jawando for having us on, and want to just say I really appreciate having the chance to give this lesson to all my friends in Montgomery County and wherever else in the world you are right now. Be safe, be well.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you, Ram. We really appreciate you and the Kid Museum for all that you do for our students and so many families here in the county and in the region. So really appreciate you. That was cool. This will go down as one of our most special virtual story times. We got a book and we got some science and we got to make a plane and fly it. I mean, this is like, it doesn't get much better than that. So awesome. Thank you very, very much. Yeah. Thanks for being here. And it's an important reminder to everyone that we can do all things. There's a lot of types of learning. Like we can read, we're reading, we're doing science and math and aerodynamics, and we learned about how planes fly. So so much to learn, and especially as we're out of school right now physically, and we're getting ready to head into the summer, just remember that this is an important part. Learning is very fun. So we'll be here on virtual Storytime as long as our libraries aren't physically open and they don't have Storytime, which serves thousands of residents. And as lead for libraries for the council, that's why we started this. And it's been a fun journey. So I think I'm going to have to do it for the rest of my life in some form or fashion. Maybe not every day like we've done, but I think I'm going to do it for a long time. So thank you. Wash your hands. You know the song, tops and bottoms, in between, wash your hands. And we'll just do one verse. You do this twice, your hands are clean, because we just did paper airplane. So before you eat anything, wash your hands. And it goes like this: tops and bottoms, in between, rub them all together, scrub them all together. Now they're clean. My kids get mad when I don't do it because my 16-month-old loves the song. So have a great day, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow. And I think tomorrow we have a Viz Arts project, another great organization in Montgomery County who's a partner with us, and we're going to be doing a project with them. So stay tuned on our Facebook page for the instructions and anything you need to print out. And as always, these are all available on YouTube, my YouTube page, Councilmember Will Jawando, and on my Facebook pages, Councilmember Will Jawando and Will Jawando, my political page. So watch them share them. Especially this one, because this is a cool one. I know I'll be watching it again with my kids and making some paper airplanes. So good to see you. Have a great day. And with that, we will say goodbye. Bye-bye.